Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Hawkins Sound Ranch Artist Series. I'm Corey Allen Hawkins. It is brought to you by Trench Brewing Iced Tea. Get it while you can. Hi guys, I'm sitting here with Patchwork. Let's go around, introduce ourselves, tell us what you play and what you do.
Hey, I'm Genevieve, and I play acoustic guitar, I play tambourine, I play the shaker sometimes, and I sing backup harmonies and, sing vocals as well. That's what I do. What about you?
And I'm Mike. I play guitar, electric guitar, banjo, and sing.
Yeah, and I'm Brock, and I play guitar and sing. We all write songs together, and we take turns being the front person. It's a good setup. Aiden, you got anything to say? Despite your tiredness?
I play bass. And I'm Justin Gendreau, and I play the drums.
Alright, are any of you originally not from Prince George?
I'm not from Prince George. Yeah.
Alright, where are you from originally?
I grew up in Abbotsford and moved up to Prince George in 2007.
What brought you here?
University brought me here originally, up at UNBC.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey,
Originally from Prince Rupert.
no shit.
Yeah.
What brought you here?
Family mostly. We got lots of family, and Rupert's tiny, so wanted to get out of there.
Excellent. Mr. Justin. I already know the answer, but...
Yeah, I'm very kind of similar to Mike. Came up here from the university and then stuck around ever since. Found these amazing people to play with.
Aw, how sweet of you.
It's a beautiful moment. Let's talk about what we're in the studio recording today. Let's talk about the first song. What inspired it? Who wrote it? Where does the theme? Is there a theme to it, or is it just words?
Yeah, I can talk about the first song. The first song is one that I wrote called Treadin' Water. It's one of our newest ones. And I actually wrote that song about my dad, and which I haven't told him yet. Because for some reason it seems like it's hard to be emotional as a man sometimes.
That's cool,
true.
man.
Yeah, so that song is just kind of about my dad and thinking of him being there for me and how he's been a big part of my life. And yeah, so it's kind of a tribute to him. And music-wise, it's kind of like a pretty straight-ahead rockin' song. I'm stoked to keep working on it.
Excellent. And the second song and the title, so that we're correct on the verse, it is...
All I Ever Dreamed.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Where did it come from?
I was playing around with some of the riffs, like this. So I had like that kind of going, and I was doing some slide stuff like bluegrass stuff. I'm playing stuff like that. So I was writing a song, and then I kind of came up with the lyrics based on the lick. All I ever dream, all I ever dream. That's it, right? Yeah. And
That's it, we're just not in the right
it's
key.
actually a song about a friend. So a friend passed away, and it's a song about my friend who is now widowed.
Cool,
Yeah.
man.
And it's just thinking back about all the good memories, and then so just going back and dreaming about those different memories, and then how like a day-to-day experience might be.
Would you guys say, does where you live, being in the north, influence your writing and not only songwriting but even playing?
I would say it definitely does, and I think we got a lot of songs that are kind of, definitely influenced by a lot of us like to get outside and go on adventures and stuff. Like I've got one song, it's a fictional song, it's called Snake Creek, and it's kind of like this misadventure in the woods. Michael's got a song called Gravel Road Blues that's pretty self-explanatory, and most people in northern BC could relate to that one, so yeah, I think that definitely...
Even Meet Me in the Pine.
Yeah,
as
Meet Me in
well,
the
right?
Pine, yeah,
It's
that's
like
one of my songs
yeah,
about the Pine Pass. But yeah, definitely being in northern BC, I think, influences like what we write about, but also what we play and the people who are around, and like I think there's a pretty common sound amongst the local scene. That is, a lot of common themes, I think.
Jen, I'm going to pick on you. You've been involved in a lot of projects in town, both both radio-wise, both music-wise.
Yeah.
Can you give a bit about your background, what you do now? Because I didn't realize you're still at Trench. You do quite a lot. And how do you find time to do all of this?
Yeah, I feel like I have actually more time lately than I've ever had, which usually means that I get nothing done at all. I find that the less time I have, the more I get done. But yeah, I'm most recently I'm working at C4 Radio. I'm the new station manager there, which has been really exciting. Yeah, thank you. So that's been really cool. It's been a lot of new learning over the last few months, but I'm loving it. I think just like my favorite thing to do is just be involved with the music community, and whether that's playing shows and sharing my music and sharing our music, but also giving space for other people to share their music. That's what makes me so happy. I've been like a music educator for years, and I used to have recitals for my students all the time and giving them performance opportunities and finding spaces for them to perform as youth as well, which is challenging at times, especially in Prince George. There's not a ton of spaces that allow like minors into them to play at. But
Right.
yeah, that's been something that I've been involved with for the last like decade or so, and yeah, I don't know. I love, and I'm still with Trench. I book the bands there and make sure that there's hosts for all of the events. But yeah, it's just kind of my passion, just keeping involved with music in any way and every way that I can. I love it.
The thing that I like about Prince George is just the community feel, and that there's a strong bond between everybody, and that there don't. If there's one thing I wish that a lot of the other communities, it seems like there's competition rather than, if you go to Moody Ales and you go to Brewers Row, all of those breweries, they're not in competition. They're friends with each other, and they try to build a community within each other. And I feel like there's not there's not kind of like a Beatles Rolling Stones thing where they both used to compete. It's more that everybody's on the same playing field, and that it's a community feel. Do you guys find that, or how do you relate to that?
Yeah, I think that definitely seems accurate. Like, I've heard that about other music scenes, that there is like unhealthy competition sometimes, but yeah, it seems like everyone in PG, we're all friends with each other, and everyone goes and supports each other at everyone's shows, and yeah, I think you nailed it. It's like a really
Well, I spent
welcoming community.
15 years in Vancouver, and there were a few bands that we'd played together with over the years, but it seemed that there was definitely a lot more like they were trying to compete with you, whether you were playing that game or not. Mm-hmm. We never were, and it was great to move here, and you don't see that. So I think it's really cool. It's something special here.
There's also like a lot of different types of music, and like people
sure.
like that are trying different things. So yeah, it's nice to go to like someone else's show and watch them try new things, or they got some new gear, or they're trying something else out, and so that's really interesting to see.
I was gonna ask, and this is for all of you, what it's to me the weird thing about moving here and being 8 hours from Vancouver. We are the north capital, really. Why do you think there's such an eclectic amount of musicians? More to that, why do you think there's so many good musicians here? What is it? What is it about here that when I moved here, I was absolutely surprised at the talent and the level of musicianship here. It blows my mind. Which is why I wanted to open the studio, to be honest.
Maybe the long winters give people a chance to be inside practicing, maybe, but
The minus
I don't
40.
know, that could be part
Less
of it.
time
But
in traffic.
Yeah.
Less time in traffic.
and what about like
Yeah.
there's like
I like that.
also like the northern festival circuit, like there's so many
Yeah.
like little festivals.
That's
nearby.
what I was gonna say. Not just Prince George, but like a lot of
Yeah.
those places down
Totally.
Highway 16 and like Smithers
Totally.
and stuff is like there's just so many players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think having those festivals every summer, kind of like you can grow up going to that as a kid, like Elijah, right?
Yeah.
Quinn there, he was like grew up going to like Kispioks and stuff like that. Now he's the artistic director for the festival, so it's like
Okay.
it's like you grow up going to these things, and maybe you get influenced to like pick up an instrument, or I think
Peace
that
Valley
is a big
with
part.
Ben up north.
Yeah,
That's a
totally.
note.
Yeah.
like having
Yeah.
that festival and like having that, and that's great. I mean,
So do you think there's a lot more opportunity for bands and festivals than, say, the Lower Mainland? Because I myself tried to put on a festival in Port Moody, and not only did they change the law so I couldn't do it, they thanked me for it on the way out, which was awesome. After a year's worth of work. Thank you, Port Moody and City of the Arts. And Mayor Mr. Clay.
I think it's a function of maybe some space. There's like a bit more space in the north where rec places or yeah, different venues can host people and camp on site, and it becomes really accessible in terms of cost as well, but accessibility to families, to maybe people that can't afford the $1,000 or $2,000 weekend festival. All of a sudden it becomes something you can go to, and or maybe multiple ones, or and playing, and it could be. Yeah, there's such good talent there, and they bring in good talent, and there's local talent at all these festivals, which is great. But it's a little bit different than, say, a big city where you'd maybe actually play more in set venues year round more often. So there's a bit of a push for artists to play in these bigger festivals, and maybe that's a bit of an opportunity at the same time.
Do you what part of that do you think contributes to why are musicians so good here? Why is the talent so above the norm here?
I feel like maybe one thing that I've noticed as long as I've been playing the music scene, there's always been lots of opportunities for open mics and jams and stuff. So like from an early point in my playing career to be able to like go and jam with people at like casual weekend jams, like Bryn used to host the Wang Dang Doodle on Sunday afternoons. And like, yeah, I feel like having those opportunities to be jamming with different people and learning from people, like I think there's a lot to be said for that kind of thing.
Yeah, and people are pretty accepting about having new people come
Yeah,
around,
totally.
right? And if
Yeah.
you're looking to start a band with some people, it's all just go hit up some of the open mics, go to some shows, talk to some
Yeah.
people, and everyone's pretty friendly around here. It's
Pretty open
We're
about
You
it.
look like you had a thought, my man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really.
Okay. Just
Just
a
thought.
couple more questions. What, off the top of your head, who right now is really speaking to you locally that you enjoy seeing play live? Or is there a band or a person? Is there somebody that you guys are like, fuck, I really like watching? I like going to see them play.
I think there's so many great bands. I'm out every single weekend at the Legion, and I'm watching all of the shows that Danny Madley Production brings to town. I try to be at all of them, but I love watching Crohn's. They're like my go-to favorite band.
Okay.
I love getting down to Crohn's
Shout
tunes.
out
Yeah.
Crohn's.
Shout out to
Crohn's are great.
Crohn's, but there's so many great bands. You can't really pick like a favorite.
I know, I'm putting you guys on the
And
spot.
we're friends with like all of them.
Right,
too.
right.
And
I
there's
just,
different
for those
styles
that
too,
aren't
So
here,
many
right?
different styles.
I thought, for the people in the Lower Mainland that might be checking it out, that want to check out bands, so Crohn's band.
Yeah.
There's a band called Infectious, and they play like their own brand of metal, and they dress up like zombies for their show,
Super
and then
cool.
like all the people that go to their shows like dress up like zombies too. I think they even give you like a discount on your cover charge if you get dressed up for it.
That's
And they're super sweet. They're kind of like a little bit younger than us, but it's like nice. It's cool to see these
It's
like
cool to
younger
see, yeah.
people like coming into the scene and like they've been around for a while apparently, but I just finally started checking them out. They're really cool.
I
Yeah,
hadn't
they're
even
neat.
heard about that.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Aiden, what's your choice, man? Okay. Brock?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to be put on the spot, I guess, but Jen mentioned Danny and all he does for the music community. And yeah, I feel like his music with Danny Bell and Disappointments, I always love going out to see him. I really love his songs and everything that he's done for the music community. He's been such a huge part of it. But
Yeah.
to also go and like enjoy his live performances is really awesome. I'd say he's up there. And not exactly a Prince George person, but kind of regional. There's Ferris and Jason Romero out of Horsefly, who were just in town recently. And they played an awesome show at the Art Space, and they're like top-notch Juno winners, and they put on a great show.
Corey Allen!